Hello, good morning. How are you doing? I wish you are doing well and continue to stay in good health. Today we're going to continue to study Mahamangala Sutta, the Discourse on Happiness. I would like to read the verse that we are going to talk. To avoid doing bad things. To avoid being caught by alcoholism or drugs. And to be diligent in doing good things. This is the greatest happiness. Let me read this Kita again so we can remember the contents. To avoid doing bad things. To avoid being caught by alcoholism or drugs. And to be diligent in doing good things. This is the greatest happiness. I feel those sentences are very simple. You all understand. Maybe it's not necessary for me to talk. But even though after the reading, we feel those sentences are very simple. But when we think deeply, go further on the contents, on the meaning, then probably we're going to discover a saying in Chinese Buddhism long time ago. Even 3 years boy can understand the sentence, but 80-year-old man cannot apply those meaning in daily life. That means understanding is one thing, but doing that kind of action is another thing. So allow me to use this opportunity to express how I feel about the first sentence. To avoid doing bad things. Basically, I do believe none of us were not going to do anything that is related with killing or stealing and sexual misconduct or lying. Basically, I feel we all wanted to avoid those negative conducts in daily life. Nobody intentionally wants to break 5 precepts. As a Buddhist, normally we don't have this intention. But when we study the phenomenon of human beings' life, even though we don't have intention to do anything that is bad, that is not good, but sometimes we may still commit on something negatively for yourself and for others. Okay. So today, I try to point out some phenomena in daily life we should avoid. We should not be intentionally or unintentionally doing those actions, doing those things in daily life. You are thinking that I'm not going to kill anyone, I'm not going to steal anybody's belongings, I'm not lying. But sometimes we still doing something is not correct. it's not ideal. Okay, and we need to adjust our actions day by day. One concept is, according to Buddha's teaching, especially I remember that in lay people's precepts sutra, I taught this sutra a long time ago in Guanyin Hall for quite a long time. And also many other sutras always mention this kind of a concept. Do not discourage anyone to do good. I feel this is a very important practice in daily life. No killing, no stealing, no lying. But also we have to remember, do not discourage anyone to do good. I remember that in 1980s, in a period of time, I drove the car for more than 1 hour to go to a prison on Saturdays, weekly, because I was invited by some inmates. They asked me to go there to conduct meditation and to present Dharma talk. So I went there regularly on Saturdays. I was so grateful that the chaplain was so supportive. He, between inmates and me, properly arranged my schedule to perform the teaching program. It was so wonderful. But after 1 year, this chaplain left. Another chaplain came. Then this new chaplain was not friendly. When I arrived at the prison, he told me, Reverend, we changed the schedule. We need to rearrange your schedule with inmates. I said, what is the new schedule? So I can follow the schedule. I can adjust my time to be here. He said, oh, you can come on Saturday. Then you can meet those inmates. But somehow, the next time when I arrived at the office of the prison, the chaplain told me, no more schedule today, and come back another time. It's going on for many times. Finally, I discovered this new chaplain was not friendly with our program. Yeah, maybe his faith is different from Buddhism. He discouraged me to go there. Eventually, I had to stop because I cannot continue to drive, long way to go to the prison. Suddenly find out that no more schedule on that day. So it's difficult. Yeah, when someone discourages someone to do something good, it's terrible. Yeah, for some people, especially for those inmates. But this is the reality in the society, in human beings' life. We need to improve this, change this kind of attitude. Do not discourage others to do good. And also I remember that sometimes you don't have the intention, but when you say something, you may also discourage others to do something good. Right after we finished the construction of the J-Buddha temple, and we started to clean the place and be ready for programs. And So many people came and do some work. I saw a lady who came to the temple quite often. And after a few months, she disappeared. And after about 2 years, I met her at her home. Then during conversation, I talked to her. I said, I didn't see you at the temple. Why you don't come to the temple? At first, she did not want to say the reason. But after we talk, then she said, Venerable Han Yi, can I say the truth, the facts? Of course, I wanted to listen to you about the facts or truth. She said one day she went to Jade Buddha Temple and she saw another lady who was washing the floor. Then she asked the lady, can I help? Can I be a volunteer like you? Okay, do something around the temple. The lady answered her in this way. Nowadays, we have plenty of volunteers. We don't need volunteers. We need more donation. The answer gave this lady very uncomfortable feeling. Why someone at the temple told me in this way? The temple needs more donation, less volunteers. So she stopped coming to the temple. And I say sorry to her. At the same time, I said, the lady did not represent the temple. She came to the temple. Even myself, I don't know who she was. Okay, even the lady say this to you, but you should not be discouraged by this lady. She doesn't represent the temple. If I say this to you, myself, maybe you think about, should I come into the temple or not? Okay. I said I wanted to apologize. This kind of a phenomenon. Even I don't know who she was. I wanted to apologize to you. Something happened around the temple. I wanted to, do something to correct members' words, people's words. So please come to the temple, okay, and do something around the temple. Be a volunteer with others. And also, I remember that as a Buddhist, as a person in the society, we have to hold on some concepts to guide us. Don't be easily to be discouraged by anyone around us. In 1979, in the springtime, I went to New York. I invited by, temple, 2 temples, and present Dharma talk in 2 temples, and on different schedule. I feel as a Buddhist monk, even though I feel I still need to learn more, because in those days I was only 24 years old, very young, and not enough experience on a Dharma talk. But I wanted to learn. I feel it's important to share the Dharma with lay Buddhists. I was in the school for 7 years. Today, right now, I need to let others understand Buddhism correctly. Don't just chanting all the time. Just meditate, chanting. I feel it's not enough. We need to explain what is the Dharma. So I had a regular schedule at both temples. Saturday over here, Sunday over there, for some time, for a few months. One day I met an old monk, a senior monk. And when I saw him, after we started conversation, he said, Venerable Hangyi, you are brave. I feel you are better than me. Even I'm older than you, because you start Dharma classes in New York. Yeah. At first I thought he was trying to encourage me to do this kind of a teaching. But somehow after I listened to him for a little longer, I could see his attitude was not encouraging me on this kind of a doing. He was discouraging me on the teaching. I was kind of shocked, also disappointed. I felt a monk. How could he say this to me, to a young monk, an old monk, to a young monk? So I was a little, uncomfortable, disappointed on that day. But when I think for some time, then I told myself I should continue on the teaching in New York. I should maintain those programs at those two temples. Yeah, I should not be discouraged by this old monk, because I had done nothing wrong, and I need to do my best to promote Buddhism in America. So that was my experience. So today, I think I have two conclusions related with this concept. One, do not discourage anyone to do good. It's not a Buddhist way. Yeah, we should support others to do something good. Also, as a Buddhist, do not be discouraged by anyone when you feel you should do this with your own effort or with this kind of condition. What you need to do, you should be continue to do. Okay, on this way. Don't be discouraged by anyone's negative words or thoughts. Okay. And also another concept that I have that I want to share is, do not stop anyone to be associated with any person you feel you don't want to talk to. I don't know this sentence is clear or not. Let me repeat this concept. Do not stop anyone to be associated with anyone you feel you don't want to talk to. Okay. Because in the society, sometimes, someone may say, are you my good friend? Yes, I'm your good friend. If you are my good friend, don't talk to another person, that person, because I don't like him. Never do this, because we wanted to create a harmony in the society, in a group. Yeah. Even you feel it's difficult for me to talk to this person, but never discourage or stop anyone to talk to that person. Okay, that is another concept I wanted to share. Also, today we all use cell phone, smartphone all the time. I feel we need to have a kind of attitude in front of friends, others. That means we don't want to abandon the person who's in front of me in order to communicate with someone who's far away from us. In Chinese, we say 舍近求远. You do something with someone far away from you, but you ignore someone who's sitting in front of you. I feel this is not a good attitude. Okay, maybe it's not really say that it's a bad. Okay, it's not a crime, but it's not a good attitude. Because long time ago, many years ago, right after we have a smartphone, I was in Hong Kong. One day, a young lady came to the place that I stay to visit her grandmother. Oh, this lady came to the place. I met her when she was very young. Even though I was in my room do some study, I make myself available to go to the living room, okay, and to welcome this young lady and talk to her, okay. After I sat down and talked to this young lady for a few minutes, then I discovered this young lady was doing something with her cell phone, her smartphone, and for more than 10 minutes. That's a long time. You know, I was trying to show my politeness, okay, my friendly manner to this young lady. But somehow, after I talked to her for a few minutes, then she focused on the phone, did not pay attention to me anymore. So I said, okay, you are busy. Let me go to my room for 15 minutes. Then I will come back to you again. So after 15 minutes, I back to the living room. Then she apologized. She said, Venerable Han Yi, sorry, because I was writing an email to someone, okay, in China. So I'm in Hong Kong, and she's writing something to China. And today I feel we need to adjust this kind of a manner. It's not a bad thing, but it's not polite. It's not comfortable, okay, in daily life. And also, I wanted to mention this, that when we go to somebody's house, when we go to American Bodhi Center, when we go to J Buddha Temple, when we use toilet, should we flood the camel? Yes, you need to flush the toilet for next person. But somehow, from time to time, I discover at Bodhi Center or at J Buddha Temple, when people go to public restroom, they did not flush properly. They did not clean the place for next person. Maybe they messed up, especially when we have retreat at center. When you mess up the restroom, it's difficult for next person. Maybe we should pay attention on those minor conducts. Whenever we use the facility, think about another person. Be considerate. I'm in the library at the Bodhi Center. Once we discover someone used the restroom, never flushed the toilet. So it smells in the room for some time. It was terrible. So today we talk about avoid doing bad things. We have different kind of levels, bad things. Okay, some are very serious. Killing, stealing, lying, sexual misconduct, those are very serious. Some are not serious, but very unfriendly, okay, very negative, and we should be avoid. Okay, let's move to the next sentence. To avoid being caught by alcoholism or drug. Every time when I read this sentence, or every time when I transmit 5 precepts to, Buddhists, I always think about this country in America. Every year, we have 80,000 people died from overdose of drug. And that's terrible. So many lives being wasted. Yeah. A few years ago, a lady called me, Venerable Hangyi, can I go to American Bodhi Center for a few weeks? I wanted to be, environment that I can calm down myself, to adjust myself, because my son passed away, a few days ago, because of drug overdose. And she was so sad that if her son commits suicide, that would be terrible, because she's a devoted Buddhist. Commit suicide is a killing yourself. It's very bad. She came to the center for a few weeks. Finally, she stabilized her emotional reactions and cleared her thoughts. And also, she received information from a doctor from another state. And the doctor said after they, 解剖點樣講? Autopsy, yeah. They discover just drug overdose, yeah. Not from intentionally suicide, okay. So she feels a little better, okay. So today, I feel we need to find a way to protect ourselves, take care of ourselves properly, okay. And also, we need to pay attention to others, friends, relatives. This young man, I met him long time ago. He's a handsome white man. I participate his brother's wedding ceremony at their house, okay, yeah, in the backyard of their house. I know this family for many years. Yeah, I love this family. And also, I hope that young man will be doing something good for him and for the society. But somehow, in his 30 years of age, he passed away because of a drug. Okay, and finally, the last sentence is to be diligent in doing good things. To be diligent in doing good things. In Chinese, and we translate this sentence into this kind of a saying, 美德坚不渝. That means no matter what happened, you wanted to hold your good qualities inside you. You wanted to preserve your virtues inside you. You wanted to keep your good deeds inside you. 美德坚不渝. I feel it's important. And how can we accomplish this? Today, I feel every one of us, in everyday life, you use 1 to 3 minutes to reflect upon oneself, upon yourself. Just 1 to 3 minutes in everyday life, every day. Think about what you have done today. Something good, continue. Something not good, stop. Okay. To reflect upon yourself. Okay. To observe yourself. Okay. Understand yourself. Adjust yourself. Maintaining those good qualities of yourself. I think that is the best way, okay, to follow this teaching. Yeah. Also remember, every day, always think what I should do, what I should not do. What I should do also today, I'm able to do it right away. Don't delay it. Don't be hesitated. Something I should do, also I'm able to do it right now. Do it today. Don't wait for next day. Something I should not do, never do it. Never do this. Okay. Something I should do, but I'm not able to do, wait for the right moment. Something I should do, but I cannot do. I don't have this ability. I always feel I should save everyone when I see someone in the water who's drowning. But I don't know how to swim. But at this kind of condition, you should not jump into the water. Maybe find others to help. After I learn how to swim, maybe one day, okay, you are not just should do this, also you are able to do this. Then do it by yourself. So this is the thoughts that I want to share with you today. I wish every one of us, let's avoid doing bad things. And also to avoid being caught by alcoholism or drugs. And to be diligent in doing good things. This is the greatest happiness. Thank you so much.